The day before Week 5 against the New England Patriots, we're going to answer some questions from the Miami Dolphins fans. It is a mailbag on today's show. But before we get into the latest questions from Dolphins fans, make sure you follow me on X/Twitter. I post about the Dolphins every single day, have highlights, news, rumors, everything you need. We're on the road to 1,400 followers. Make sure you give me a follow at Nic_Rohloff. All right, we'll start with yes, I agree, with a final record prediction for us this season. I'm thinking 3-14, wins against the Patriots Week 12 and the Jets in Week 18. It will be more than 3, and I feel confident saying that because here's my thing. Even if you lose every game before Tua comes back, you've got 2 more games before Tua is eligible to come back. Week 5, New England. Week 7, Colts. Eligible to return Week 8 against Arizona. I think you beat Arizona at home. The Cardinals have not been good. I think you beat the Rams in Los Angeles because they are super injury prone. I think you split with New England, and right there, that's 4 wins total. But I also think they're going to be better. I think they beat New England this week. I hate myself for saying that after watching the display that we just watched on Monday against Tennessee. But New England stinks, dude. They're bad. They are a bad football team, and I think Miami will beat them at home, in New England, and I think they'll be able to rattle off closer to 6-7 wins. That is so if you had to give me my prediction right now, my crystal ball, I'm going to go 7-10. Joker is king. Is Tua coming back to the league, and if so, when? Tua is returning to the NFL. He's pretty much always said that without a doubt that Tua will return for the Fins, whether it be later on in the season or at the earliest portion he can, which is Week 8 against the Arizona Cardinals. I actually do believe that Tua will return Week 8 because he is experiencing no symptoms, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, and it takes multiple weeks for the brain to fully heal, and since the Dolphins have a bye mixed in, the IR is going to keep him out for 5 weeks in total, which means he'll have 5 weeks to fully recover, and if he's already not feeling any symptoms, I think everyone's going to be confident and good for him to go out there in Week 8, so I think he is going to return October 27th against the Arizona Cardinals. Let me know your thoughts on the matter. Should the Dolphins tank? Type T for tank, type N for no. I don't like the tank, especially when it's an NFL draft class that isn't that good, but let me know your thoughts on the matter down below. Damon Williams with a question. Did Miami cancel the rebuild or panic after Flores? Cancel the rebuild or panic after Flores? Well, the rebuild was kind of accomplished, right? Like when you get Tyreek Hill here to pair up with Tua, Jalen Waddle, Teron Armstead, some of these defensive players like Jalen Ramsey. I don't know, man. I think that is the rebuild. Now, you were rebuilding when you drafted Tua and stuff like that. And then the last 3 seasons has been the fruits of that rebuild. When you make the playoffs in 2022, make it in 23. Ultimately not working out this year. But I think this is the build. And you might be concerned about that and say, well, if this is the fully finished product of that rebuild, well, it's not very good because they have yet to win a playoff game or a division, and they're currently the second worst team in football, according to record. Yeah, you should not be happy about that. But the rebuild did not get canceled. It got finished. Just not very good finished product out there. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We'll be live for tomorrow's game against the New England Patriots, even though Dolphins struggling. We're still going to be live for every game. We're currently trailing in our sub battle against Patriots today. They're a bad football team too. Let's make it up to them. Let's catch them. Hit that sub button. DNA Ray. They trade Tua, fire Grier, and tank. So you're typing your T's in the comment section for tanking. Trading Tua, probably not. Fire Grier, in. Tanking, not in. I don't like losing games on purpose. I don't. I really don't. Now, what are you going to do if they trade Tua? And what could you get for Tua? Honestly, Colin, just give me a quick pick. What do you think the Dolphins could get for Tua in a trade?
That's tough. Maybe 3rd round, maybe 4th.
Okay, that feels low. I think you could get a 2nd-round pick.
Maybe, but it's the injury concern.
Yeah, it's the injury concern. It's the contract. But Chris Grier getting fired, I'm all in on that. Tanking, no. Trading Tua, lukewarm on the idea. You got to have a backup plan for that. Yes, I agree. Coming in with another question. I wouldn't trade anyone, but I think trading Tyreek Hill and we can get some stuff out of it. Maybe Armstead too, if anyone would actually trade for them. I'll tell you this. I don't think anyone's trading for Teron Armstead due to his contract and injury history. Also, the likelihood that he retires after this season. I do think Teron Armstead is going to retire after this year. I believe that with my entire heart. And since he's getting paid about $14 million this season when he signed that updated contract renegotiation that started this season at 3 years for 38. I don't know, man. I think he's done after this season, and because of his injury history and likelihood of retiring, I don't think anyone trade for Teron Armstead. Trade Tyreek Hill, it's intriguing. Like, I mean, if you lose the next 3 games, say after the Cardinals game, you're 1-5. And you're really struggling. The deadline's November 5th. If a team gives you a first-round pick and maybe a little bit more, like a first and a fifth for Tyreek Hill at the trade deadline, you get to lose the salary, you gain a first-round pick, it'd be tempting. It'd certainly have to be something I think about. What should be a no-brainer is you getting this Miami Dolphins quarter zip. When you go to chatsports.com/DolphinsQZip, on sale, bunch of different colors, charcoal, black, gray. Charcoal and gray might be the same thing, but there's white, there's aqua, there's orange. Cool logos, whether it be the standard logo right now or the throwback logo, either way. Go grab your quarter zips today. Versatile at every turn. Chatsports.com/DolphinsQuarterZip. All right, free falling. Trank for Travis Hunter. Good ball player. Can't deny that. Might be the best college football player there is, playing 130 snaps a night in between corner and wide receiver. My question is, if you draft Travis Hunter, what position is he playing? Because I just don't think it's feasible I know he's a spectacular player, and he is a one-of-a-kind. He is a unicorn. I just don't think it is possible for someone to play 100 snaps in the National Football League with him being split offense and defense. I don't think it's possible. Simply you won't be able to be good enough and stay healthy enough. So if you're drafting him, are you drafting him as a top 5 wide receiver? You're drafting him as a top 5 corner. He's good in each one. Is he a top 5 pick in one of those positions specifically? Not so sure. Love that player, but I don't think he fits the needs of Miami specifically. Like, wide receiver, I don't think is the need right now. I don't think was when you're talking about a top 5, top 10 pick in that retrospect. And I don't think corner would be worth taking that position in the top 5, top 10 either. So kind of out in that situation. When the Dolphins take the field against the New England Patriots tomorrow, who needs to step up for Miami the most in Week 5? Drop a name for me. Drop a name and let me know who needs to step up, whether it's Mike McDaniel, whether it's Tyler Huntley, whether it's Tyreek Hill. Drop it out. Dolphinator, Jon Gruden sounds good. No. God, no. 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 I'm not even going to address this. Jon Gruden's out of the NFL. I think his methods and his thought process are just too old at this point. Fun YouTube channel. Not going to lie. Fun to watch him react to some of these games and break down the games. But I am not in on Jon Gruden. What I am in on you following me over on Twitter. At Nic_Rohloff is the handle. Not afraid to chop it up with you guys. So if you hit me up in my DMs or reply to my tweets, I'll comment. I'll talk with y'all. Any questions about the Dolphins that weren't answered on today's mailbag, Nic_Rohloff is the handle where you can ask me on the Twitterverse.